check 1 2 1 2. Very, very, very good, very, very good. First and foremost, all power to the people. All power to the people.
Power to the people.
All power to the people.
Power to the people.
All power to the people.
Power to the people.
Black power for black people.
Black
Power for black people.
Brown power for brown people.
Brown power for brown
Red
people.
power for red people.
Red power for red
Yellow
people.
power for yellow people.
Yellow power for yellow people.
White power for white people.
White power for white people.
I know a lot of people laugh when you say that. We're not talking about the monetary. Immigrant power for immigrants. Women power for women.
Women power for women.
Workers of the world unite.
Workers of the world
So
unite.
proletariat power to the proletariat.
Proletariat power to proletariat.
And Gaza power for Gaza.
And Gaza power for Gaza.
So before I fully express what I came to express today, I want to make something clear. As we stand, we know that the name is not there, but this is AIPAC. This is the American Israel Public Affairs Committee building. I know you see they're really slick. They got the Mayor Mitchell building written on it so you can't see. But 251 8th Street, yeah, that's where we at. We are AIPAC. Yeah, so that's where we are. At one of the centers of the actual promotion of genocide that's going on today. I would like to express clearly a decision that was made regarding genocide, so we can be clear on what we're talking about. Before I get started, the UN Commission of Inquiry findings September 2025 stated, it states, the Independent International Commission of Inquiry on Occupied Palestine Territory concluded that Israel committed 4 of the 5 genocidal acts defined under the 1948 Genocide Convention. The Commission stated that Israel authorities and forces had genocidal, this is in quotations, had genocidal intent to destroy in whole or in part the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Evidence cited included the higher number of Palestinian casualties, including women and children, the destruction of healthcare system, mass displacement, and deliberately creating conditions intended to cause physical destruction, such as blocking humanitarian aid and causing famine, starving the people. The report also found that some high-ranking Israeli officials incited the commission of genocide. Israel's foreign ministry rejected the report, calling it distorted and false, which it was absolutely not, but it was actually empirical facts. Now, the next thing I want to state, again, before I officially get started, starving civilians for war or politics is illegal. Like right now here in the United States of America, what are we talking about? How do we tie this together? What Trump has done with interfering with the SNAP program, starving millions of women and children, is still an act of war. It is still using politics and war in the form of starving people.
Yep.
And it is illegal. International law explicitly prohibits starving civilians as a tool of war or political coercion, like they've done in Gaza. Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 25 guarantees the right to food and basic well-being. International Convention on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, Article 11, protects the right of all people to be free from hunger. Geneva Convention, Additional Protocol 1 of 1977, Article 54 states, starvation of civilians as a method of warfare is prohibited. International Committee of Red Cross, Customary International Humanitarian Law, Rule 53 affirms that starvation may never be used to punish, control, or pressure civilian populations. The Rome Statute, even though the U.S. never ratified it, Clinton signed it, didn't ratify it, but it still doesn't make a difference. A crime against humanity and a war crime is still that. Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, Article 7 and Article 8, recognize starvation, persecution, and the infliction of severe human suffering as prosecutable war crimes and crimes against humanity when intentionally imposed on civilian populations. So this includes Israel, and it also includes Donald Trump as well.
Sure.
What he has done with the starving of people in the United States of America, the court ruled for him to release what was necessary to take care of starving families with the SNAP program. He appealed. Why do we tie the two together? Because we must understand. Shame on him. Shame. fully express what I have to express, the first thing I want to make clear, because it's a trick in a game people play. When you talk about Gaza and when you talk about Palestine, the first thing they say, you mention anything about genocide in Palestine, they say you are anti-Semitic. So let me make this clear. There's a very, 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 very big difference between anti-Semitism, being Jewish, and being a Zionist. Zionism was started by people who were not religious. Theodore Herzl was not religious. He did not believe in Judaism. I myself personally, I have brothers and sisters who are Jews, who are people, some who have a background of Polish descent and other descent, who are my brothers and sisters. People in Judaism, many of us have brothers and sisters and friends and family members who are Jews. It has nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, Benjamin Netanyahu also is not religious. He's a secular person who is now abused and exploited in the position of Judaism and the whole point of what it means to be a Semite, to actually use that as a premise to go after innocent men, women, children, and babies. As a matter of fact, you can come over here, because this includes you too. This includes the same exact problem we have in our community, in this community. I don't know what kind of delusion our people have, that understanding that when, put it like this, in this country, when a white man gets a cold, the black man gets the flu, goddamn. So when a person in Gaza dies, your baby's the next, fool. But getting back to the point, and I'm sorry for getting off topic. Well, not really, I'm staying on topic. But the point and bottom line is, what is happening in Gaza is a form of genocide. It is ethnic cleansing. Men, women, children, and babies are dying. It's not a game. It has nothing to do with attacking Jewish people. It has something to do with attacking one of the now oldest forms of racism and discrimination. Zionism is no different than white supremacy. Zionism is no different. It is ethno-religious supremacy that is targeting a group of people. And it is wrong. Again, it has nothing to do with hating Jewish people. Right. Like I said, all of us have friends, most of us do, who are in the Jewish community. So the number one thing we say here is, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Can we say that together? From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
I also speak today as a Holocaust survivor of one of the oldest Holocausts in the United States of America, which is the Black Holocaust that we call the Ma'afa. Now I speak to the Jewish people, and I speak to those in this building. As a people coming out of Nazi Germany by a no-good, racist, fascist degenerate like Adolf Hitler, who Trump very much so wears the red MAGA hat to represent his current, I was gonna say like a manifestation of him. As a people coming out of a Holocaust where 6 million people died, coming out of Nazi Germany, it is a disrespect to you, to the Jewish community, for the Zionists and for AIPAC and others to use you and your Holocaust to commit genocide on people in Gaza. And there are Jewish people who stand up against that, but you should be standing first against it, because of the fact they have hijacked your Holocaust to commit a Holocaust where millions of men, women, and children are being displaced. So it is totally wrong. And again, we must make the distinction again between Zionism and Judaism. Two different things. It's not the same thing. So to reject and attack and actually expose Zionism, to put Zionism on trial, is not putting Jewish people on trial. To put AIPAC on trial, AIPAC is to be held accountable, because AIPAC is the biggest lobby for the crimes that people like Netanyahu is doing in Palestine. Shame! children, just know blood is on your hands for operating this machine, for allowing this machine to rotate. There are millions of men, women, and children dying, hospitals being blown up, baby skulls being burst asunder. This is nothing that we take lightly. But I also know that we must be responsible when we speak cheat the powers. It is the same way when we go after MAGA and we go after Donald Trump. And if you're not a brother or sister who's white in America, you may be of other culture or race, there's a big difference between that and the average white brothers and sisters in America. It's not the same thing. So we always must be clear and make our distinction, because if we don't, we can fall into fascism and racism and or prejudice or whatever the dynamic is, or sexism ourselves, if we're not careful. And that's why I speak, and I'm speaking in a responsible way, so that when the word goes out, they can't say, yeah, well, you know, it's typical. That's Dr. Ali Muhammad, the national leader of the Revolutionary Panther Party, and yeah, he's anti-Semitic. No, I'm not anti-Semitic. As a matter of fact, my name would be considered Afro-Semitic, by the way, because it's Arabic. So, so I can't be that. I'm nowhere near that. But the point of my closing is the fact that we must recognize that this building and what it stands for, AIPAC, condones and supports genocide. And it is wrong. It is a shame. It is a shame. It's a shame. And the last thing I'm going to say, what ICE is doing in the city I live in, Chicago, Illinois, me waking up 1 o'clock in the morning to a Black Hawk helicopter, coming outside and what looked like soldiers littering the streets. And as I go towards the building, one is on the ground shooting flashbangs from the 4th floor to the 1st floor, and they took little black children outside and zip tied with no shoes on, in their underwear, and black women, some almost, you might as well just say naked, in their nightgowns, and Latino women and Latino children, all zip tied to each other. Black in one van, Latino in the other van, black checking for warrants and Latino checking for status. What's the point of me mentioning all of this? Because fascism has no limits. I always try to break it down as also a tier system. At the bottom of the tier system, when they target us in America, you have white people in marginalized white communities. Above that, you have women, in particular white women. And above that, you have LGBTQIA+. Above that, you have other immigrant groups like Asians, Palestinians, Gazans, Arabs, Indians, etc., etc., and above that is Latinos, and above that is black people. So they come for us all. That's why they went into Portland. That's why they do what it is that they do, because they are coming for us all. That no one is safe from this. So the point is that if you can condone a baby's head being bust asunder in Palestine, and you look at it like some of these people mumbling on the sidewalk, they lost their goddamn minds, and you can like laugh and say, oh, well, at least I'm not an immigrant. Well, get your status right. Of women and their babies being snatched out of their arms. Just know they're testing for you. Pretty soon, right here in these streets, that will be you and your family, because fascism has no limits. Right. So the last thing I'm going to say is, it is a shame what is going on here.
Shame! Shame! Shame!
Stop the genocide.
Stop the genocide.
Trump must go now.
Trump must go now!
AIPAC needs to shut down.
AIPAC needs to shut down!
And from the river to the sea,
Palestine
will be free.
Palestine will be free.
All power to the people.
All power to the people. Thank you.